You see it right there. I hate my life so much. This was an actual Google search by a teenager. It breaks my heart. You could hate your life. Life has barely started, but it's for real. There are people out there, teenagers, wisdom teethingers out there that hate their life. And today I have 10, count them, 10 things that you could do, actionable steps that you can do to never say those words again. Before we do, though, let's look at this. Let's look at the reel. Here we go.
Listen closely to hear the number one thing that makes you hate your life.
Comparison. Comparison will steal your joy.
Listen.
Comparison will absolutely steal your joy. That is the number one reason why most people hate your life. And actually, that is going to be the number one thing that we address today. Number one, if you want to never, ever utter those words, I hate my life so much. If you never want to say that, work on not comparing your life with anybody else's. Comparison will absolutely steal your joy. You know, the whole grass is always greener phenomena. Grass is always greener epidemic. You are just feeling you're standing where you are and wishing you were over there and not even paying attention to what you have right here. You're watching the tickety talk and the people flying off to where people fly off to these days. They fly off to Bali. You always see them on those little houses in the middle of the ocean. People are private jets. They got the girls. They got the guys. They got the BBLs. They have all these things, and you start comparing yourself to everybody, and you begin to hate your life. Look at me. I'm sitting over here with a shape. I'm shaped like a pole up and down. There's not a curve in sight. I don't have a muscle to show nothing. You're just there, and they're over there just being the hottest thing on the planet. And that is where you are. No, be happy for where you are. Because guess what? This is where you are. It's just accepting the reality of your life will 100% cause exponential increase in your joy. Trust me on that one. Do not compare your life to other people. If you find yourself on the tickety talk and the Googler and you're looking at everybody's posts, what they're eating, what they're not eating, who they're hanging with, if you're finding yourself just hating your life because you're watching them, just shut that thing off. Shut that thing off for real. Number two is learn to really love. Like really, really love. I've done a few videos on love before. And today is Valentine's Day, so why not? Just a refresher. Remember, love is a principle. Okay, it's a series of steps. It is not just fluttering inside your little heart and you see somebody and you just, that's, my sister always say, that's gas. That could be gas. You don't know. You can't distinguish it from anything. It's just a feeling inside your body. That's not going to last. When all of that adrenaline and all of that wears off, then you're left with the day-to-day decision of loving a person, of being kind, of being understanding, of being patient. 1 Corinthians 13 really spells out word for word, line by line, what real love is. It's a principle. It's not a feeling. These things are just manufactured to just make humans miserable. Trust me on this one. If you want to start loving your life, if you want to never say, I hate my life so much again, really learn the principles of love, how to really and truly love yourself and love other human beings and love God. Number 3, avoid drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. I know, like, it's cliche, right? But no, I'm going to be all doctory on it for you all. It's not just cliche. I promise you. Most of you all out here now just smoking weed like it's nothing, right? It's like you're drinking water. Everybody's out here smoking weed. Grandma out here smoking weed. You and your grandma out there smoking weed together. Nobody don't think nothing about it anymore. Guess what? That stuff will make you paranoid. It's a hypnotic medication, not medication, or drug or herb. It removes you from reality. It can make you paranoid and unhappy with your life. You are out there floating in the stratosphere or wherever it is that you are with these medications because, it's supposed to like enhance your consciousness. And I don't even know. There's a lot of stuff they say it's supposed to do. But when you come back down to earth, when you come back down to reality, you realize that you're here. You're just here. And you're like, oh, well, this is it? How can I just stay in a constant heightened state? And you can if you exercise and eat well and go to sleep and those kind of things. But no. Everybody want to smoke weed. Trust me on this one. You stop, don't do drugs, don't drink. Those things will make you paranoid, and then you end up just absolutely hating your life when you come back down to reality. Learn to live your life with a sober mind. Number 4. Find happiness in the little things. And there's this post that I saw right here. When you are unhappy with your life, remember this picture. This is from, Million Recodes. I'm not sure who that is, but that is borrowed from their Instagram post. When you hate your life, remember this picture. There are people out there that are just making do with what you have thrown away. Be happy with the small things. Really look for the little blessings. There's always one thing that you can find. If you get in the habit of finding and counting your blessings and looking at the things where, you know what, that's not too bad. I woke up this morning. Somebody said hi to me. I breathed. I mean, sometimes you just have to go to basic, like, I breathed. I turned the faucet on and the water came out. That's something to be happy about. Find happiness in the little things, like for real. Yeah. And then the number 5. Let's keep on to number 5. Number 5 is choose good friends. Listen, you are the company that you keep. Your friends will get you in a whole heap of trouble, and your life will be miserable. You are going to be needing to be bailed out of jail, always out there getting high, sneaking around, wondering, just always on the edge, wondering when they're going to catch you. If you have friends that are up to no good, that have you leading a criminal life, a suspicious life, no, pick good friends that are going to help elevate you, help you think deeper about life, help you get closer to God, help you exercise. Find friends that are going to add to your life, not subtract, not have you out there looking over your shoulder at every corner, every second, trying to figure out if somebody coming to get you. That's an unhappy way to live. Man, it is. Find good friends. Number 6. Understand that in life, you will make mistakes. I mean, nobody's perfect. Are you perfect? Let me know now, because I am not perfect. I have made mistakes. I've made big mistakes. I've made little mistakes. I'm going to talk about one of them later. I've made mistakes. We all are going to make mistakes. It is when you think that you're perfect and should never, ever mess up that you end up having a miserable and unhappy life. You begin to hold yourself with unreasonable standards. You hold other people up at unreasonable standards and end up disappointing yourself and disappointing in others frequently. That's going to make your life unhappy. Like, you can, let me stop for a second. You can absolutely think of a situation right now where there's somebody that you think should have done something and they ain't do it. And because of that, you're mad, you're sad, you're disappointed, all of that. Listen, remember what I tell you about this. Understand that you're not perfect. You are going to make mistakes. Other people are going to make mistakes. Forgive. I have a whole video about forgiving. Other thing is accepting the consequences of when you try to like dip and dodge, you straight up know you cheated on that test. And now you're going to add lying to it when you get caught. Oh no, that wasn't me. That was the dog. That was the this. You're going to add lying to it. And you just compound the issue. You're making it worse. You're digging yourself into a deeper hole. Accepting the consequences of your mistakes. You know what? I study and I just really nervous. I knew that if I failed, this and this will happen. And you just accept it. It takes a grown person, it takes some backbone for real. I was going to say, another B word, but not all of us have that, but all of us got a backbone. It takes some backbone to accept the consequences of your actions, and really do, because that would absolutely help you to not say you hate your life. You're going to make mistakes and be willing to accept the consequences when you do make mistakes. Number 7. Making my own sound effects now. Learn the talents and gifts that you have. Every single one of us have a talent. And if you are living in your gift, living in your talent, you out there running your mouth on the interwebs, talking to YouTube, doing these live streams, if you're out there drawing, playing music, whatever your talent is, find it. If you don't know what it is, ask your friend, ask your mama and them. Ask them what your talent is and find a way to use it in your day-to-day life. I promise you, nothing like having a purpose, nothing like using your talent with purpose to make your life feel so much better. You will never say those words, "I hate my life," ever again if you figure out what your talent is and start using it in a day-to-day basis. All right. Number 8. We're at number 8. Number 8 is honor your parents. Respect your parents and adults, as a matter of fact. It just is what it is. It's a commandment, a promise. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land of the Lord that God giveth thee. I'm sorry, my brain got a little scrambled, but you know what I'm saying. Respect your parents. And I understand some of your parental situations are a little complicated. I can't get into the details of it, but I have a whole video talking about how to interact with your parents when there's issues between you and your parents. There's a whole video about that. Go check it out. Look for it in one of the playlists, and I promise you'll find it. But as far as possible, make sure that you have a great relationship with your parents. That will, when you have a rift between the person that gave you life, your father, your mother, when you have a rift with that relationship, your life is unhappy. You can fake it and like, it's no big deal. It don't bother me. He can live over there. I don't care. Trust me on this one. You care. And you need to resolve that quickly. You have to watch the video for all the details. I can't go through all the details right now, but trust and believe it's something that has to have a resolution. Number 9 is delay romantic relationships. Your kid. I mean, I know, Dr. D. Nice, I am not a kid. I am grown. Right. Listen, 25 is when your brain is fully developed. I really feel that around 18 or so is when you're fully able to accept the responsibilities of a committed relationship. You really want to wait until you're fully developed in your character as much as possible, because connecting yourself emotionally with another human too soon will stunt your development into who you truly should be. And that you will feel that void. You'll feel the void it's missing, and it will cause you to hate your life. And God forbid this relationship breaks up. You young, you're going to think half your life is gone because this person is no longer with you. It's hard enough to deal with a breakup when you're old, much less when you're young, and your frontal lobe, the area of your brain that weighs consequences and actions, when that part is not fully developed yet, you start thinking all kind of crazy things. You start kind of doing crazy things. Stalker behavior. I mean, listen. Trust me on this one. Delaying romantic relationships till you're mature is gonna exponentially improve your life. I'm not saying you can't talk to a guy or talk to a girl. No. That's not what I'm saying. You can interact with people of the opposite sex and understand them and understand the complexities of the opposite sex. But don't put yourself in a relationship situation. I'm telling you, your life will be so much better until you're a bit more mature to handle it. And last but not least, number 10. y'all, I'm going to give you all two guesses. Guess which one it is. You know what that last one is. It's not least. It actually should be number 1. If you never want to say you hate your life again, this is what you need to do. Smile. Jesus loves you. For real. All those things I mentioned, if you develop a true relationship with God, a true relationship to know that Jesus is your Savior, and all of these things that you battle with and worry with, the mistakes, the need for love, all of those things can be disconnecting with your parents, not having good friends. All of that can be covered under one big fat umbrella called believe that God loves you. Tell him, I believe, and really develop a relationship with God. All right. If you all have any other tips for a person to say, to never say, I hate my life again, please let me know in the comment section below, and let's share with each other. I really hope everybody has an amazing life, and it breaks my heart to hear that there are people out there that really hate your life. And you all know I shared this story before. There was a time when I was 17 that I was saying I hate my life. You can go back and look at that story too, and it really was the God that rescued me from that. So let us share together. I'm happy you're here. I want you to say, I love my life. Go through these 10 tips and let me know if you want to add anything more. All right. How's everybody doing? Okay.